All right, one thing is real. We are going to qualify somebody and a guest for a trip for two to the Super Bowl in Houston. That's definitely real. That's not a mirage. And now we do real or mirage. Guys, let's go.
Real or mirage? Odell Beckham Jr.'s antics are good for the New York Giants.
Mirage. They're terrible. I mean, the fact that he's on the field for them is good, but 15-yard penalties can change games. And there's going to come a time when you've got guys on that team who are going to take a look at him and go, I just don't want to be here. I just don't want to deal with, it's fun to win, and Odell's great and all, but I don't want to deal with his childish stuff, and I don't want to be put in a 15-yard hole every time he decides he's not getting enough attention.
What makes it tough is that if Odell Beckham Jr. walked up to me and said, hey, I have to do this for me to be a good football player, for me to be in the zone. We hear a lot about defensive guys have to flip the switch. If Odell Beckham Jr. told me, I have to be a nut out on the field and I'll give you 150 yards a game and I'll get you in the end zone, I'd have to sit back and think, do you really, though? I prefer you not do that, but if that's what you're going to have to give me, then I'll have to take the trade and let you be whatever you do. It's mirage, but barely. If it's going to affect his play and cost the Giants yards during games and give them penalties and maybe blow a game one time, then of course not. But if Odell Beckham Jr. says this is how I have to be, it's kind of like having a crazy girlfriend in a relationship. If she's really hot, right? What do you call it, the old crazy hot scale? Sometimes you got to make the wager here, and maybe he's so good, you got to deal with the crazy.
Guys, as somebody who has dated far more crazy women than you have, doesn't matter how hot they are, eventually the scale tips. Eventually it tips. It's just, it works for a while. Like, you supermodel who is out of her mind crazy, you can get through months, maybe a year, but sooner or later, her talking to your front lawn, slapping your friends because they're groping her with their eyes, or she says something to your mother, sooner or later, she's got to go. Sooner or later. And as hot as he is, 22 yards and a touchdown, game-changing catches, your man is making sexual advances on equipment on the sideline. Sooner or later, that becomes annoying.
I'll tell you, that has turned the quickest of any of Real or Mirage we've ever done. But we'll go to number 2. Real or Mirage, the Buffalo Bills are the third best team in the AFC.
Wow. Really? All right, so let me think here.
I'll give it to you again. Real or Mirage, the Buffalo Bills are the third best team in the AFC.
That's real. Oh, no, I'm going to go Mirage.
Okay.
New England, Pittsburgh, Denver, maybe Kansas City and Oakland are in there. They're probably fourth. They're probably right behind Denver. I think that even though Denver lost, Denver's basically in the same boat as them. If they get a good running game, they win. That Denver defense puts them above them, in my opinion.
I'm going real, because if Denver and Buffalo played right now, I would take Buffalo to beat Denver. LaShawn McCoy can get through that defense. Even though it's a good defense, the Bills have a solid defense.
Well, is Gary Kubiak back on the sideline?
Yes.
If Gary, then I'm going Mirage. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait. So you're going Mirage still? You still believe the Bills are fourth?
Right. If Gary Kubiak's back, Denver's better.
Real, I would still say with Real, especially that offense. Like, Demaryius Thomas is a good player, but Simeon or Paxton Lynch throwing him the football, I'm just not buying him at being as good as the player as he was when he had the great Peyton Manning in his prime. Like, that's where he made his money off of Peyton Manning. Denver's good. Sorry, our guy Kyle here, but I think if the Bills play him, the Bills get the edge. So for me, it goes New England 1, Pittsburgh as of right now 2. I'm not tossing out your Oakland Raiders. I think I need to see what happens with Big Ben out of that lineup. Big Ben, when he's not 100%, still Antonio Brown has never caught a touchdown pass in his career from someone not named Ben Roethlisberger. We'll see how different that offense can be. I'm leaning towards the Bills here for third best.
The Oakland Raiders got to do a lot more before. I definitely think the Bills are better than the Raiders. I think the Raiders could be one of the best teams in the AFC by the end of the season, but right now they're not there.
Real or Mirage here for number 3. The postseason narrative for Clayton Kershaw has changed.
Okay, listen, you have wine on your table. I'm not going to talk football with you. They're yelling. What? They're the ones paying for the trip. Those are the Bud Light guys.
Yeah,
that's what it is. So the Bud Light guys came and brought us some Bud Light.
Yeah, mid-segment.
the ladies who are waiting to win the Bud Light Super Bowl send-off qualifier are like, that's not fair. They're gaining favor with you. They already gained favor. They are actually sending us to Houston, and maybe you as well. Do you want? Look how red they got. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The postseason narrative for Clayton Kershaw has changed. Real or Mirage?
Realish. It's real.
Put that on a hot dog. That's called relish.
No. Real. It's real as long as he keeps going.
Okay.
He's at this exact moment in time. Clayton Kershaw is the best pitcher of our age. If he goes out and gets shelled, he goes right back to the best regular season pitcher of our age. Like he's removed a few words from his title, which we all know makes you better. But I'll easily add those words right back if he gets shelled by the Cubbies.
For me, the answer is real. It's changed for me, and now I think he can actually get it done in the postseason, especially going against the Cubs. But if I had to do this answer for everybody, the nation, baseball fans, the majority, it's Mirage. Because people want to be prisoners of the moment. If the Dodgers go out with Clayton Kershaw on the mound, they get shelled, everyone will say he stinks in the postseason and he's no good. So for me, it's real. I know if I had to say for everybody else, they'd say Mirage. We got 3 more here for Real Mirage.
Live at TJ's Flight Line Pub, we are qualifying somebody for a trip for 2 to Super Bowl 51 in Houston, thanks to our friends at Bud Light.
Real or Mirage, Indianapolis head coach Chuck Pagano will be the first NFL head coach fired this season.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson has to be safe in Cleveland. He would definitely be in the running. It's got to be between him and what, Mike McCoy?
Mike McCoy would be the other for San Diego for all the fourth quarter collapse they've had. They're coming off a big win against the Broncos, though, and they've been in games. Indianapolis last night blowing that game against Houston. 2-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter. Texans fans were leaving the game, and Houston comes back and beats them in overtime.
Yeah, because I would have said Gus Bradley, but then now they're actually playing football a little bit in Jacksonville. Yeah, I guess. Todd Bowles is safe, right?
Yes, I think he's safe.
He's absolutely safe, are you sure? Yeah, it would either be. I'm gonna say real. I'm gonna go. Pagano will be the first guy fired, but I wouldn't be shocked if Chip Kelly jumped ship and went to LSU.
That's interesting. See, now I guess the phrasing of the setup. I would also think Chip Kelly's going to look long and hard at college football again and say maybe it's over for me here unless they let him take over who he wants to draft in the NFL draft coming up. Maybe if he gets like a Deshaun Watson, maybe he could work out his system. But for me, it's Chuck Pagano. There was so much talk last season that he was going to be out. People thought maybe the Colts should have been better. And let's not forget, the best season Chuck Pagano really had was when Bruce Arians was the coach.
Yeah.
He was the guy who had a great season. Now, they got to the AFC title game, but they were destroyed by the Patriots in that famous Deflategate game.
That team is so flawed, though.
Yeah.
You give all your money to one player, you're going to lose. I mean, I know Tom Brady makes a ton of money. I know Aaron Rodgers makes a ton. I know the quarterbacks make a ton of money on every team, but they don't make all of your money.
And that's not even his fault. Irsay was the one who wanted to do that. The owner said, "I want to have the bragging right of the highest-paid quarterback,"
which is great if you've drafted a lot of really good defensive players because you already have them on cheaper contracts. But you haven't the Colts really haven't done much of anything. So Pagano's going to get the axe, and it's not going to be 100% his fault.
This is off topic, but kind of still on topic. 2012, Colts fans, do you think there's still a percentage of Colts fans that think they made the wrong move, bringing in Andrew Luck over Peyton Manning for how well Peyton Manning played in Denver and leading them eventually to a Super Bowl? Do you think there's a small percentage that still believe that?
I don't think so, because I think Luck is awesome. I think you're happy to have him. It's Irsay that's the issue. It's poor management, not your quarterback. The way that team is being run, because as much as if I'm Andrew Luck and you offer me all the money, I'm going to take all the money.
Right.
And then my next contract I'll give some back or whatever. But it's not his fault that they gave all the money they had for everything to him.
I mean, if he feels bad about it, he can give some to me. I'll have no problem with him giving me the money. We're going to get out here because we have Byron coming up in a few minutes. Real or Mirage, after taking a 2-0 series lead, the Cleveland Indians now have the best chance to win the World Series.
Mirage, I'm still going with the Cubbies. I think the Cubs are going to be, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a great series, Cleveland versus Chicago, but I think the Cubbies are still the absolute best team left in baseball.
Mirage for me, Toronto can still hit. They have the one swing, 3-run home run, 4-run home run, grand slam, 2-run shot. They have so much power in that lineup that even when the game could be out of reach, they have so many guys that can still take Cleveland deep. They may get the win tonight, Chicago and Los Angeles. That series, I thought it would be done in 5 for how badly Kershaw before last night had pitched in the playoffs. I don't know who in the world was going to be able to slow down the Cubs lineup. The series is going to go deeper now, but I don't think Cleveland's the favorite quite yet.
Real or Mirage, the Toronto Blue Jays are the most hated team left in baseball.
Yes, and I think they're the most hated team in baseball besides the Yankees.
How are you going to hate on the Yankees?
That's just a universal thing. It's not anything personal. People don't like the Yankees in baseball. People root against your pinstripes. That's just a thing.
We must be really close to the firehouse. Because I can hear the alarm and it's like freaking me out.
That's real.
Is that real? That's real?
Mirage, they're coming here, so.
Levack and guys live at TJ's Flightline Pub. We are fine here. Everything's great here, including the food and ice-cold Bud Lights. So come qualify for the Bud Light Super Bowl send-off. Guys, real or Mirage, Byron Hunt is up next.
I hope it's real.
Next.